Here we go. All right, let's see. Fiber optic connection being pushed to its limits here. We're going to find out if we can actually multi-stream. We're finding out in real time. So far, things are stable. But we're definitely going to find out, man. Really hoping that we can bring our streams back to all the platforms. So far, so good. Maybe I should just stare at it the whole time and stress about it. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, let's jump into it. It's Monday, my guys. It's Monday. Everything's at all-time high except my portfolio. I'm going to get this out there. It has been a rough few years to have your portfolio fully in Bitcoin. It's been a rough few years, you know. Watching everything else absolutely moon while my portfolio bleeds off, trades sideways. It's been something. Really getting put to the test here, but my conviction remains. It remains as strong as ever, unwavering. Nothing changed there. Do I wish that I had gone all in on some of these plays? SPX, I literally was looking down here right into April to enter the SPX to open up a 401k, max it out. Didn't quite reach back to February's high, so I didn't actually do that. I actually talked about that last year in April too. But do I wish I had bought some of these things? The S&P. Let's say Intel. God, yeah, I certainly wish I bought Intel. Holy crap, Intel, I wish. We'll look over these charts. Do I wish I had bought SanDisk like Nemo? Yes. And some of you, I do. SanDisk up at 15, let's see, almost 1,600 this morning. Trading to an all-time high again. Same with Intel. Same with Micron, right? Micron at all-time highs again today. Green, the grass is always greener, my friends, right? Well, why don't I buy in? Maybe, what do you guys think? Should I just throw all my money in right now into these things at all-time high? Wouldn't that be really great trading? I have a feeling more than 0 people out there who can hear my voice are having that exact thought today. Like, should I throw all my money into these things? It's a tempting thought. The rut, Russell 2000, not quite at all-time high today, but absolutely looking for that breakout this week. Look at that beautiful higher low, retesting the all-time high from last week. Gains on gains on gains on gains. NVIDIA at 221 this morning, putting in all-time highs again. 250. 250 seems pretty achievable at this rate. I mean, even this week seems achievable. Wild. I own none of these things. Oh, God. If you're feeling sidelined, it's funny, I feel sidelined even though I'm not sidelined at all. Just don't have these assets. I feel sidelined, though. I guess we have a dog alert. Dog USD. Not Doge, dog. If you're feeling sidelined, put a 1 in that chat. Let me see. Let me see how everybody's doing out there. If you're surviving. I mean, the reality is most people are not like me. And that is something I've been transparent about since day 0. Is like, I have taken on way more risk than I need to take on being so deep into Bitcoin. I have never recommended to anyone ever to do the same. In fact, I've often preached, don't do what I do. There's no reason. There's just no reason to be all in. And then times like this, it really shines to be a little diversified, or at least to have some lesser risk plays, something, right? You're out of the market. Cryptomealysis, he's out. Bitcoin isn't even dressed for the dude. Bitcoin hasn't even, it's been on the bench. It doesn't even have a jersey. It didn't even make it through practice. Need Ondo to go back to your average price. Actually, Ondo hit 50 cents. It did not fill. We were looking for a long down here, 28. Did not get the fill on that while we placed this or whatever during live. But it did move directly to resistance and pulled back. I don't know where you need Ondo to go. We're seeing some big altcoin moves. I am not tempted, man. These things have been down so hard. They're basically just short squeezing. Like, in almost all the charts, what you'll find, the big moves in crypto, there are probably some exceptions, but the big moves that we've seen over the last week, the only times really that you could have been in on this, other than chasing it up, would be to have bought at times like this. When you look at Ondo from February over to May, like this thing was getting nuked it basically was at its all-time low. It traded sideways there, looked like it wanted to puke its guts out. Like, that was the only time that you could have bought, when it looked the absolute worst, when probably all logic would have been against going long. That's how a lot of these pumps are. Like, unless you've chased them up, you had to get in at times where you wouldn't want to get in, right? Like, why you remove those green candles, and why would you want to get in on this? You have this huge wick in October. It just bled, no signs of strength, bled below the low from October, and then found resistance there for 2 months, and then randomly broke up. A lot of the charts are looking that way. We'll definitely get into some altcoin charts and things, but let's continue to look at things going silly, making crazy moves. Actually, silver not making all-time highs here, but interesting play. Interesting move going on today in silver, up over 5%, maybe 6% coming into the new week here. 7%, shit, even more than I thought. Silver surprising me. Actually, I had gotten a little bearish on silver. A little bearish. Oh, it hit our take profit target at 122 back earlier this year. We saw what looked like a blow off top, sell off come in. And then silver just struggled to find strength. Every rally seemed to get sold into. It hit a lower low with, I think, a lot of the market there in March. And it's been kind of lackluster, doing nothing, along with gold and other metals. But this morning, not only did I get silver alerts, I actually got some other spicy commodity alerts too that we can take a look at. But silver right now, where are you going, buddy? I guess $88. Sits as resistance above March's high after painting I'll say a higher high, higher low, higher high combo, trending back up. It looks like 88 is a rather likely move here this week. Could even see as high as 93. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Silver's actually really spicy. I have no idea why silver's rallying now, especially because gold has not yet joined the fray, right? Gold, the tiny little green candle, really just trading where it was last week. Similar pattern, similar structure on gold. You have the low, lower low, higher low. If we see silver make that move to 93, maybe we look for gold to hit 5,100 again. An interesting alert I got as well this morning was the gold silver pair. It's going to be interesting. Gold versus silver, something that I expected to see come more into alignment, meaning gold close the gap of the valuation versus silver. Silver really ran away with it. And I expected gold to close this gap. However, this morning on the rally from silver and gold's relatively muted response, we're breaking some market structure here. February's low getting taken out. These are weekly candles, by the way. Kind of looking to head lower. Interesting foreshadowing. Not a clue why that we would see this, but indeed we are. A chart that's actually really kind of spicy this morning, Circle. Circle actually, I'll say closing the long from May 1st. This is looking pretty savage. But closing long with a crazy candle this morning. Does anybody know anything happened with silver? With Circle? What the hell? What are you doing? What is this? Like, what is this? The volatility on this chart today is wild. It opened at 118 in the first 10 minutes, dumped to 105, and then immediately reversed, and now is up considerably for the day, about 10% from where it opened. Obviously higher than that, almost 20%? 23% from the low of today. That's some crazy volatility. What is happening with Circle? What is happening with Circle? Circle Dex, my man. That's right, dude. Circle's releasing a token. Ew. Diluting the value of their stock. Why would that dilute the value of their stock? Is it like a tokenized stock? Are they diluting their shares? Or are they I need more information on that. What's the token? What kind of token? Like a stable coin or just like a speculative token? Something of note as we get excited maybe about Circle today. We had a pretty solid top call on Circle back in March. Circle made a beautiful move. It's very strong. Seemed to kind of reverse out of nowhere. However, it wasn't out of nowhere. Our VWAP, or volume weighted average price, from its very earliest days of trading, loomed above us. And as predicted, smacked price down. Really did not allow it to go. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Right back down. We held a higher low in April. Kind of dicked around for a while throughout that month. May and into today. Now retesting that exact VWAP. 130 would be the top of this price range for it. Breaking through 130, however, could get very spicy. Could get very, very spicy. But today's rally, very strange volatility, and seeming to kind of just pause out of nowhere. This hopefully will shed a little light on that. Not quite out of nowhere. At the totality of the VWAP, the total trading of this asset has been on average at 130. Volume at 130. 150 above. I think if you break 130, you can have a pretty realistic back test of that VWAP. Maybe you look for 190. That could be a pretty attractive looking play there. That may end up painting a giant rising wedge. Maybe we'll see it get trashed after that. I would probably be closer to a short. Again, we have seen this VWAP reject price once. Probably leaning towards that again. But hopefully for the circle holders, be looking for another higher low and a retest. Each time that VWAP is tested, just like a horizontal resistance or support or diagonal trend line, every test weakens it and makes the next test more probable to break through. So I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck was going on with their coin. They're making a token, a coin. Cavalaria, are we so back, dude? We're so back, bro. As long as you're not in Bitcoin at all and you're just in these stocks, you're so back, bro. A lot of big boys invested in it. What do they invest in, MVK? What's up, Pickle? My man Peach, Tom G, Park, part of the Valley Capture will be the token and part in the stock. So what is the stock? Circle's earnings were today. How was Circle's earnings? Let me see if I can find it quick. Earnings calendar, perhaps, will give me what I'm looking for. Earnings calendar. Something I admit I've not really looked at much. Circle. Circle looks like EPS 16% positive. Revenue minus 2.9%. EPS surprise percent 16% positive. Revenue surprise percent -2. Is that normal? Is that normal to have EPS up and revenue down? That seems like a strange combination. I don't know. Something to do with the Clarity Act? Could be. Could be, doubt it. What up, Dark Side? Good to see you, man. Dexum. Appreciate you, my friend. I'm glad you're printing some money on Circle. I am certainly not printing money on Circle. What else do we got going on here? Definitely a bunch of altcoin movements. A lot of, this is what we were talking about last week. Basically looking for altcoins with this setup to look to play maybe over the next weeks. The fall, the flag pull down, we'll call it, and basically just sideways trading, maybe arguably bear flag, but sideways since February. Looking for that breakout. We're seeing a lot of coins make that move. A lot of coins making that move. Obviously, we looked at, I don't even know what we just looked at, something else. But CRV maybe potentially following that same route, looking for 32 cents, 32.6. Reaching up there today with a 6% gain, 5.9%. It's okay. I think Filecoin, something similar. This is like the most important takeaway, I think, from all of the, at least when it comes to crypto and altcoins and such over the last month. We're seeing this. We're seeing a lot of things not break down from their bear flags, and we're seeing them retrace, whether they are short squeezes, simply just like lack of liquidity, lack of selling, whatever mechanic here is at play. These are going to be dangerous moves, and I think by the time the move starts, it's probably going to be too late. Most of the potential there will be gone. I think that it does make sense to look for just things that haven't made the move yet. Often in this space, we see kind of an echoing or a rotation around where a bunch of coins will make almost the same move. they'll top out, they'll slow down, they'll stop once everybody jumps in, and then other ones will make almost the exact same move. So keep your eyes peeled and share with me any coins that you find that maybe share a similar structure, something like this. Ondo is a great example right here. Like, fall down, trade sideways, do nothing, randomly pop. Share them with me, bring them to me. Pixel, we've been watching a little bit, might be one of them. Not quite the same. Not quite the same setup, but man. Pixel could be one. Keeping my eyes peeled on that. 𝐂𝐴LGO, VVV. Not VVV though. This thing's just going up. Randy, I know, is happy about that. What else do we have going on today? What else is at all-time high? Share with me, chat. I need help. You didn't get a notification about the stream? I don't know. It seems like as interest in the whole space goes down in crypto, YouTube like promotes the content less. Even like with notifications, just like people aren't searching for the content, so it's not really putting it in front of the viewers. But I appreciate you finding your way here either way. You know we're live, you know to look for us. F you too. Let me catch up here. Sell orders at 149 for Circle. Let me see. 149. Oh, my guy. My guy. That's a great play. A chirper. Sure worse. Perhaps tomorrow. We have the... I thought that the confirmation vote or whatever was last week. It was on the economic calendar, and now I see it again for tomorrow. So I have no idea what happened last week. I guess they didn't have it, but we'll find out if we have a new chur tomorrow. It's going to be nice. What's up, Kevin? Been a while since you're able to tune in. Well, I appreciate you being here, Kevin VH90, my friend. ARC token from Circle. Institutional layer 1 blockchain. Seems like a bunch of gibberish, doesn't it? Institutional layer 1 blockchain. It's interesting how decentralization, the mechanic of crypto, we love to create centralized uses for it. It could just be done in an Excel sheet much more efficiently. What's up, Philly Skills? What's good, my guy? 𝐂𝐴𝐚𝐫𝐭 guy, the rally is baiting people in for this winter cycle. You know, that is something to be aware of. Something to keep an eye out on is essentially things just moving down, you know, like you can't, assets don't tend to just move in one direction. And some of these altcoins have been so brutalized. They've just moved down and down and down. They're on like 99% that they like at some point have to bounce. Certainly that doesn't mean that you're going to make money on them, but they almost have to bounce simply because there's shorts taking profit, right? Like people just opening shorts, they just keep falling. Eventually those shorts close and that creates buying pressure. There's virtually no order book above them. Any kind of order book that exists on a lot of these coins is going to be like market makers, and it's going to be smoke and mirrors, basically. Those orders will just pool as soon as any kind of order comes in, and all of a sudden the coin's up 100%. People notice it, they FOMO in, and they end up buying the top. You know, we got to be really careful here. We must be on our toes. Some PvP going on. Man, Intel. Where's Intel? Intel is interesting. I mean, it certainly has rallied, okay, 100% in 3 weeks. Jesus. This is what I mean. This is the TradFi space right now, at least when it comes to maybe like hardware, AI adjacent technology. It just feels like the previous kind of like bull market cycles for crypto in Bitcoin. It's like all these things are running at just crazy, insane percents over just very small periods of time, right? I mean, Intel, we have, you know, we have something to go on here. Well, the U.S. government acquired a large stake in Intel, right? Not really a surprise that might go up. Not so much of a surprise. But it isn't just Intel, it's everything. It's all of these. Micron, NVIDIA, 𝐻UT. I mean, 𝐻UT was a Bitcoin miner, and then they just pivoted to AI, whatever that means, and they instantly just started blowing up. To be fair, 𝐻UT was actually kind of rallying, and trending up before, but certainly contributed to their momentum. A lot of these stocks like you just saw, 𝐂𝐡 and back here was it not Dell, Intel. You will notice they're leaving pretty gaps behind. Intel all the way down to about 70, 𝐂𝐡 82. I am always in TradFi. I am always a fan of that play. Basically, any skipped price action, especially when it's a move to the upside and things get exciting, I feel like it is always a play to wait for those gaps. Always a play. It just seems so successful. I'd say less so in crypto or in Bitcoin. I don't see it at least as consistently. But like, I don't even know. How would I look for this? Like 70, maybe this takes all year, right? Maybe you don't see a fill on this or an order on this for like all year. But that is so juicy. If it doesn't come, you know, cancel your order, walk away. Eat the cost, the opportunity cost. But dang, we got one there on Intel. Got one on 𝐂𝐡. This one, of course, much closer to price. Maybe not needed to wait all year for this one. Where can we be looking on 𝐂𝐡? There's some big old moon targets here. He did hit 100. I would probably take a little bit of profit on 𝐂𝐡 at 100. I would look for 82. And then I guess you look upwards. I guess you look at 300, right? You use your fib tool as we do, and you're just the 141. It's not even the 1618. 1618 is all the way up here. Measure move targets all the way up here. I don't know if we're gonna look for a 16x. Might be a little too much to ask for, but I'll be damned if 82, 83 looking to play up. It wouldn't be a good strategy. I think that's great. Micron, God, I'm so happy for everybody here who is like just juicing it over the last year. Like, dudes, yes, I wish I was along for the ride, but you know, I've been on that ride many times when others weren't, and so it's just someone else's turn today. People who bought Micron are cooking, bro. We were watching this at 500, and how long did it take now? Maybe 2 weeks of trading. We're at 800. I don't know what's going to stop this train before 1,000. We're kind of out of analysis to do on Micron. That's how a lot of these charts are becoming, and that's why it is so reminiscent, though, of previous, you know, like 2021, maybe 2017 for crypto. Like, you are getting to the point where there's just no analysis. Analysis is just look up and what's like the next nice clean number above you, because you're just out of tools. You're in price discovery. There's no resistance above you. Price has never traded higher. And so what tools do you have? You really don't have much. The Fibonacci extension is my favorite and most successful, in my opinion, for exactly that analysis. Just pulling your fib from swing highs to lows, looking up for your measured move. And you can find on Micron, it's like, well, we're kind of just up here. We're kind of just floating. We have no like areas to pull fibs from close price action. We have to zoom out to 2000 into 2009, a 10-year period of time. And we find, I don't know, what, 1250 as the 1618. Went from 100 and now we're looking at 1250. Very nice. Very, very nice. Measured move all the way up at 6,000. So here's how I would play this. If I was riding this, I'd probably look to unload a tiny piece. If I hadn't taken any profit, let's do actually this way. If I hadn't taken any profit and I had been holding on to this since 100 or something, I would likely, honestly, I would rip something off right now, but I'd probably sell 1 to 5% at 1,000, 1 to 5% at 1250, maybe 5 to 10%. And then you just kind of wait, right? You're just looking. Maybe then you try to stack orders. You say 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. If this thing ever got up to these crazy numbers, I would look to offload. I wouldn't want to be all out. This is the same way I play almost everything. I want to be all out, but I probably would only want like 10% of my position left. Something that would just, it would help me fight the urge to just jump back in when it inevitably trades higher for a little bit. And you're like, oh, nope, it's going to 1 million. Now I got to put it all back in. Then you rebuy at the top and then you watch it go down. The hardest part of these kind of trades isn't necessarily finding these awesome, big, explosive things, right? You often just stumble into them. The hardest piece of this trade is selling, is taking anything off the table. Because if you're not taking things off the table on the way up, you aren't going to do it on the way down. I promise you. I've seen it a million times. If you can't sell it pieces, little increments on the way up, you will watch this thing go up. It will top out. You won't know. You will think it's just going to keep going. It's going higher. It'll start pulling back. Maybe there's a fast pullback and you go, okay, that was nothing by the dip. And inevitably you're just back to where you were. Worst case scenario, you end up buying higher and your average is pulled up and then you're like underwater. Don't give back the good trade. So that's why I always preach to just lock in something. Doesn't have to be the whole position. Doesn't even have to be half of it, just something. And then basically whatever you need to do to just have a clear mind with it, to have a clear, I am happy if it goes up. And if it goes down, I'm also happy because I already have profit. I already have taken the risk out of the trade. That's my best advice. And other than that, I don't know, buckle up because holy shit. This is like pretty realistic. Looking for a pullback on something like this is obviously a kind of dangerous game. Could take time, and I feel like once it does, especially as you're getting more and more explosive, it's like the pullback you get, you don't want, buy. But if I had to look for an entry, maybe 500 back at this previous high. It was kind of back tested as support, but I could see price returning to there. I can see that. See that as a nice entry. But until then, yeah, man, I guess just buckle up, keep your seatbelt on, keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle, and burn some incense or make a sacrifice to your deity who's given you the best friggin' trades ever. You said you needed your rainy day fund. Fix the AC. Speaking of AC, I just want to rant for a second. I bought a brand new from Costco, a brand new 1200 BTU dual hose portable unit. I know portable units are not the best, but I have to do it because of the way this room's set up. Brand new. Bought it 3 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, something like that. Worked great. I came upstairs Friday night. It was hot. I was like, why is it? It was like, it's a little warm up here, but my house was cold, so I was like, it's kind of nice. And then I was sitting here, and I don't know, like half an hour later, I was like, man, it's actually really hot. What temperature is the air conditioner at? I look over, and it says like 𝐒𝐻03. 𝐒𝐻03 means there was some kind of malfunction, but not like software, but like hardware failure of like the motor. So this 100 damn pound air conditioner that I have on the 3rd floor that has no easy way to carry is now bricked. Like it's bricked. I looked it up. It's bricked. Medea or Costco will like one of the two. I just have to like reach out to one of the two. I'm sure they'll give me a refund, but now I had to carry this shit up here. It was not easy. This room has a really narrow staircase. Makes it really hard to carry stuff up here. There's no easy way to carry this thing. Now I have to bring this back down after getting it up here, and I have to get it in my car, and I have to get it to Costco, and I have to bring it into Costco where I'll get another one. And then I'll bring that to my car and forget that. Like I'm so trolled, man. I'm so trolled by the whole thing. Like it's going to be so much work to do this. It's just unacceptable. It's a brand new, like it's not a cheap thing. It's not like a bargain brand, right? It's a high quality thing. Damn, dude, the skin on I don't know what's going on. The skin on my fingers has like been so dry over the last month or two. It's just like cracks and peels. I need to see a dermatologist. Anyway, that's my little rant. I'm starting to think that I'm starting to think that Medea is a really shitty company because I bought their U-shaped window units and they had a big recall because they didn't drain water. And so they just end up growing. They're like a mold factory. I don't know, man. Buy a dolly. So a dolly wouldn't help. That's the thing is like, it's the stairs. It's not like, I mean, it has wheels on it, so flat is fine. But the dude, it's so hard to move. It's maybe like this big around, maybe a little more. Like I can't put my arms around it like and hug it. And so there's just no easy way to lift it. It has these little handles, but the handles are like this deep. It's like for your fingertips. I don't know. And they're not even in good spots. It's annoying. Offer a friend some brews and blunts. Yeah, maybe. Not worth a lifetime back injury. See, that, dude, Folsom, that's where I'm at. Is like, I'm sure I got it up here. I'm sure, sure I can get it down. Sure I can get it there. But like, I shouldn't have to do this. Like, I shouldn't have to do that. I easily could get hurt. Oh. Yeah, easily. What else are we looking at today? Ramp the stairs, baby. It is the only way. Ramp the stairs. Ramp lift carts. Interesting. I might look into that. You can carry a 100-pound bag of sand every day in the Phoenix outdoor heat. Bro, I'd almost prefer a bag of sand. At least that I can like rest over me. This thing is big. It's like big and clunky. Like it's big and clunky, and the width, height, the dimensions of it, like barely fit up the stairs here. Like it has like maybe an inch, maybe less on each side of clearance. It's a whole combination. The thing is just like I spent a bunch of money on this thing, and it's like, if this had been a year later or something, I'd be like, all right, that sucks. But dude, it didn't even work for a month. It's like a $600 air conditioner. It didn't even work for a month. I don't know. I was at the gym earlier. I don't want to hear it. It's just annoying, bro. It's annoying. Maybe I'll see if Costco will come pick it up or something. Funny to watch me at 2x speed. What's up, Derek? How you doing, Sin? Good to see you, boys. Cam, Shaft, Ace of Hearts. And go ahead, guys. You can make fun of me for this. I'm bitching. Yeah, go ahead. But I am trolled by it. What's up, MC Crypto, Folsom Hodel, Gasper, Lounge Gaming. I got that backwards. Matthew Malfara. What's up, brother? Me, Sios, Nimoy, Philly Skills, Randy Greer. We got a good amount of names here today, actually. These streams have been quiet lately, and it seems like we've got some of the folks here. What's up? Taking Tops. Good name. Pickle, Tom G, Tom K, Wiley Coyote. What else should we look at today? Carry On, a Green Day, yes. That's true. Like if Bitcoin were to just like pump like 10K or something, if it were to just blast off, hit like 91,000, I'd probably just rip that shit up myself. I'd be fueled by adrenaline and dopamine. YouTube, the jailbreak. What's that? Jailbreak for what? Pulley system. Actually, like straps in a pulley system probably would be the best way to do it. What's up, Bullish Mike? Dano, how are you, Meg? We need Bitcoin to close above 81 for the week. I haven't really looked at Bitcoin today because it has been poopy. Bitcoin did close above 81 for the week last week. Sunday. That was a good close. 82.2. Today was an interesting price action day for Bitcoin. I don't want to say it was particularly awesome, but Sunday's rally, the close on Sunday, up at 82.2. Or no, that was 82.2. We've seen a full retracement of that Sunday candle, and now it's a wick. That's actually getting kind of spicy here. That's a pretty significant reversal. Bitcoin has definitely been moving kind of like more aggressively over the last, or in May, I'll say in May. We're getting some of this, where are you? We're getting some of these kind of whipsaws. Where are we at? Yeah, we'll take this one. We'll just take this one for here. Sunday, this kind of dump, pump price action. Where's the other good one that happened? This is kind of like dump, like more volatility in the range. I don't know. May has brought some different kind of movements. I don't know. I think it's a good thing because all these other months have sucked. This is such an unbelievable rally, though. Like this is just the most doubtable rally ever. It's so slow. It's clearly in either like a rising wedge or a parallel channel. Like nothing about it looks good other than it's not dumping. Can it be that easy? Is Bitcoin just on easy mode now and it's just like just gonna telegraph what it's gonna do? Or is it going to is it gonna spice it up and actually do something? That'd be cool. Rip up to 100K, dump down to 80K. Boom, boom. Get us all freaked out. What do you think? Carrying oversized items, use a strap. I should, if they're not going to come get this piece of shit, I should buy some straps, honestly, and I should get a friend to help me. I think that is the answer. Because, like, I don't know, I just went to the gym and front squatted, like, whatever, 135. Oh, so strong. And, like, I can pick it, like, the weight of it isn't the problem. It's the weight combined with its shape, combined with, like, the area I have to, like, where kind of like the hallways and the stairs, like the stairs have multiple turns that are, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I should get straps. Tom G, can I look at Bitcoin's 1 hour chart? Bull momentum divergence. We'll take a look. These two candles are looking juicy. We'll look at Bitcoin here in 1 minute. How you doing, Paul? DXB, how you doing, man? Henry Anderson, David B. Dude, we have a lot. What's going on? There's a lot of people. Maybe it's because I put stocks in the title. I don't know. What's up, Pirately Strange? You're a newbie here. What kind of trading style is going on here? SMC, AMD, ICT? I'm a student of many different styles, martial arts, as you would say, of trading. I think, you say you're a newbie here. I don't know if you're new to trading or not, but as you trade more, I've been on YouTube doing this live in front of you guys for like 7, almost 8 years. We started in 2019, 7 years. I don't even remember. I've been trading before that. And as you go on, you find that all these things, like these, abbreviations, SMT, smart money concepts, it's circle trading, like all these things, everyone is just describing the same things. Really, there's very little exception to this. All the different, styles or approaches, they're all describing the same thing. And most of it is honestly just centered around liquidity. Where are people buying and selling? That sounds silly. But as you go on and you notice they're all the same, you kind of, I think also, you also learn that you don't want to follow, none of them are literal, like you shouldn't treat them literally. You shouldn't be like, I only trade this way or that way. They're all, you need to successfully trade, I think, understand that they're all the same thing. They just have different words and terminologies and different kind of like approaches at the same concepts. So what do I trade? I don't know. Combination. A lot of what I've done has been self-taught. When I started here on YouTube, I was doing technical analysis on Bitcoin and crypto. And at that point, people were firm believers that you could not apply traditional technical analysis to crypto and Bitcoin. And I had never traded stocks or anything. I started here, and I didn't believe that to be true. And I think most people agree now that it's probably equally valid to anything else, right? It's all the same. Charts are the same. Data is the same. Circle's absolutely rolling. Is it still moving? Oh, here we go. Actually, this is spicy. Well, Tom, I'm sorry. I know I just ditched your, can we look at Bitcoin? But actually, again, spicy. Circle hitting the VWAP. The same VWAP it rejected from in March when it looked very bad. Hitting that VWAP right now. Hold up. Why are you hiding this from me? I literally just enabled you. Oh, derp. Here we go. Hitting that VWAP right now, 130. Great spot to take profit. As I was saying earlier, great spot to take profit. Also, the pivot here. Breaking 130, I think that Circle can very quickly move to 150. This 130 zone is really just the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. It is not a horizontal or diagonal resistance. It's there just because the VWAP is. I think that a play like this, very possible. Very, very possible. It's actually pretty exciting that it's tested 130 fully now and not rejecting. Circle, I think, is going higher. Shit. Shizzle. Why does it keep disappearing? I swear I enabled it for everything. Right? I have it on the 1 second. Why is it gone? What is happening? What's with these shenanigans? Why is it down here and then up here? This should make no difference what time frame you're on. Here we go, 131 and counting. I guess we're looking for like 150. Maybe today. What's happening? Dude, I have never felt so lost. So lost when it comes to markets. They are just doing... They're doing whatever they want. They seem to be honey badgered. No F's given. What else is moving? It can't just be this. What up? What up? What's up, John Doe? How you doing, man? By the way, guys, I haven't even taken a moment throughout this whole stream. We are successfully multi-streaming to every platform with no packet loss, no dropped frames, nothing. Smoothest connection ever. Hell yeah. Fiber optic is the best. I'm taking a second, please. Right now, hit the like button, subscribe, whatever platform you're on, tap the screen, share it out, join us. We're live here daily on YouTube. We've been doing it forever. We're probably just going to do it forever. We found a good place, man. Jump in our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. And check out our exchange partners. Who's up today? Which one is it? I alternate them. I alternate them in the description. BYDFi, tomcrown.io/BYDFI. Sign up with our exchange partners, get some big bonuses, no KYC, all the goodies. Yeah, like, subscribe, share. There it is. There it is. You've never felt so lost, bro. What's up, Lee Fox? You're in the right spot. You've never felt so lost. You just short every pump. You didn't lose much yet? Nice. In out, lie. She's not your wife. Giggity. Nice, dude. I hope that's working. Yep, dog alert. I did get ad lounge. There you go. I did get it, and I did already forget about it. You can check that out. Circle is apparently going to take a little bit of time here, battling it out at 130. It's totality VWAP. Breaking through there is a very good sign for some moves. Now, what was my alert? Dog USD. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this was you asking about a lounge, but that is a pretty clean break here. Dog taking that descending trend here in the blue, breaking out of, call it a flag, whatever you want to call it, back testing it here in today's candle, intraday, finding support, moving higher, 001. I think that was basically where we were looking last time we checked this chart out, 001. 1/10 of a penny. Looking pretty sharp. This is going to be a meaningful resistance. You have April of 25, October of 25, spent some time here in December, lost it in February of this year. This is going to be a big spot, a very strong resistance. Not a bad price to look to shave profit if you opened a position recently. Certainly the price you want to see beaten if you're looking to ride this back up or get back into the green with a position. If you're able to break 0.001, I think that you will have, for the most part, cleared resistance above you. Certainly there'll be other levels, like you can look up here, 0.027, half a cent. There's more above you, but I think that you will have, for the most part, set yourself up for maybe a 50% move. It's like 1.15. Retest that previous high. Can start looking very good. What was... Can't really remember what I was looking for here. I know the 1/10 of a penny was the highlight. I guess it doesn't want us to look at it. All right, TradingView. Any day now. Well, we're waiting on you. Take your time. I guess it just didn't like the 24 hours. Ah, here we go. That's pretty spicy, though. Check this out. Look at this momentum. Higher high on momentum. Caught at the zero line. Boom, higher high. Bears get no turn. Money flow in the red all the way over, now at the zero line. Literally right here. It looks like trading above the 0001 will put it into green money flow. I don't love the VWAP is moving down, but that is a strong, this is a chart that I think wants to test that 001. Probably impossible to tell now if it's going to be able to retake it or not, but Damn. Let's go. I have some of this somewhere, and I think it's like really super underwater. I think I'm down like, Lord knows, yeah, probably like 80, 90%. Probably throw $100 at it at some point. Now worth maybe a gallon of gas. Nice though. I'm gonna put an alert at 0001, and we can come back to this bad boy. We can come back to this if we get that alert. Nice. Where were we? Where were we? So NVIDIA, silver still chilling. Okay. SP500 is, I guess, going to 7,500 this week. Honestly, I saw something that was like the S&P could hit, like BlackRock says that with 50% chance it'll hit 8,000 this year. I mean, bro, it could hit 8,000 this month. What is going on in markets? It's crazy. You have no idea what that is? Dog, it's just like an ordinal or something on Bitcoin. What's up, Quicker? You've had some trouble finding the live even though you got the mobile alert. Turns out you had restricted mode on. You had restricted mode on somehow. What is... I know that I've looked into restricted mode before. I can't remember what it was though. Oh, you have restricted mode and we are in restricted content, I guess. I know a lot of crypto channels are for some reason. Interesting. Can I check Pudgy Penguins? Look at Filecoin. I have Filecoin pulled up still. It's chilling. She's gonna make it to 1 penny. I mean, that'd be dope. Would I short Sol right now? I don't know. I actually, honestly, Sol, a lot of the bigger caps I just have not been watching lately because they haven't really been doing anything. Ho! How did I miss this? On May the 4th, Sol finally hit. That's crazy. Sol finally hit. And it was off by a tiny amount. But Sol finally hit the BTC target and bounced. I'll say preliminarily. No, I wouldn't short this right now. Just looking at this, that is, you can argue it didn't quite hit it, but it got close and bounced. Does still kind of look under this trend, but that is what I was hoping to see. I haven't checked up on this in a while. Let's take a look at some other pairs. Sol versus Ethereum bounced as well. Sol market cap is always an interesting chart. Underneath support, Sol market cap has definitely leaning back towards that bearish side. Right there. Let's look Sol USD because that's what you're talking about anyway. Would I short it? Probably not right now. Probably not this second. $100 is close enough. Close enough to price. $100. We are seeing, the problem is we are seeing a lot of alts do this all year and then break up and kind of move back to those previous highs. I would wait for a greener day on Sol to short it. Like 100 at minimum, but like 125 would be pretty juicy. 140 would be a little more hesitant, but like 125, probably prime for that. Prime for a move. Go ahead, Hut. What's Bitcoin doing? INOD been pumping AI stock. Fiber. Got it. Yeah, gotta have fiber in your diet, and you gotta have fiber internet, baby. I haven't called Comcast and canceled yet. It's gonna be quite a breakup. Whew. Oh, there is history. Here we go. More AI shenanigans. Inno data. What do we got? Traded back to 94. How are all these things like AI stocks if they were, they're all the way back in 93? What how are they doing AI? I guess they are just a different business than they were. 135. Still a 30% move from where it's at. Doesn't look like a 30. This is a 30% move. I'm on logarithmic. Still below that trend. 130. 130 looks juicy for this. Money flow just coming up now. RSI coming up. VWAP coming up. Maybe this does have more. It's good to have a little more upside. Let's check it out. Huge gap. That's what I saw in the very beginning. You know me. Anytime a stock opens significantly higher, leaves a gap below it, I'm always interested in looking for a position there. Even if it's just what, like to 130, 5.5 to 1 RR. Wow, that's a 30% move. What is happening here? Why am I so confused? Oh, because in March of 2020, this traded at 75 cents. What is this, my friend? Dr. Crypto, what is this? What's happening? What is this madness that you brought me? Did MicroStrategy also just set off an alarm alert? Refresh the chat. Strategy, dude. All right, strategy is pumping. So Bitcoin, after you, go ahead, bro. Strategy reaching up all the way to 193 today. Let's go. It is crushing my hopes that I had this awesome call. It's still an awesome call. But that it would retrace back to 100. Maybe that's a good thing, because that was the most bearish possible outcome. Was 100 to like 140 or like what, 160, 170, and then back down. Still below the trend line. Still just tickling 200 bucks. I guess it's looking for 200. Bitcoin, why are you not moving now? Why are you not moving? We hit the 200-day and move down. You mean on Bitcoin or on strategy? Bitcoin has not touched the 200-day moving average yet. It is so close. I believe we looked at this last week and it did touch the 200 EMA, but not the 200 MA. So close. I think it's going to happen, yeah. Rejecting from the 200 would obviously be crappy. Taking the 200, though. Taking the 200 has only ever happened when bear markets have ended, basically. In 22, we rejected from the 200, continued the bear market. In 23, we broke through the 200. Different approach, though. Yeah, you gotta. This would be similar. This price action would be similar, but we don't have this like strong rally. I guess if Bitcoin could make it back to about 100K from here, and mostly that move be straight up, it could end up looking a lot like this. Not quite there yet. In April of 2019, again, somewhat similar, but it lacks that big move that pushes it through the 200. We're creeping up to the 200. But this ended the bear market, at least until COVID. Like, the bear market was not over, but it retook the 200. It went on to do what? Like 200% gain. 200%. Did re-lose it in the COVID crash, but once it retook it, once again, April, then the bear market was over. So retaking the 200-day would be huge. Would be absolutely huge. Not getting my hopes up. It has not been tested at all during this bear market. We typically see it tested and rejected during the bear market. We haven't gotten it. We've creeped up to it. Just show me a close at like 184, maybe you back test 82, and then it's real. Then I'll believe it. Seems like Clarity Act is about to pass with Circle and MicroStrategy pumping. I mean, maybe. I'm a skeptic. Like, dude, why? Maybe I don't know enough even about the Clarity Act, but how would that necessarily be? I could see Circle, but how for strategy? What does that matter, right? I don't think strategy has much riding on the Clarity Act, do they? Buy the rumor. What's up, French Toaster? What's up, Curb Shifter? Das Peachin, poke it with a stick. Yes, it's a company that NVIDIA, ChatGPT, Gemini used to train their AI. Interesting. INOD. INOD. First time I've seen this. I believe this is moving to 130. I would like to long it at 48, 47, but I think it's moving to 130. Looks good. Alert set. What else we got going on today? Looks like the Bank of Japan has finally been able to keep the yen from like depegging, I'll call it. Giggity, depegging, giggity. No longer seeing these massive sell-offs. Just climbing back up. No more intervention, I'm guessing, since May 6th. Looking stronger. It's probably... Weak yen is probably bullish, right? Weak yen. So you probably want to see it reject more. I thought it was going to go to all-time high. Just back in April. It's been like 2 weeks, and now it's like, yeah, maybe it's not. NVIDIA, Russell. Everything's taking a break because it is 12:45, and it seems that from 12 to like 2, I'd say like 12 to like 3 p.m., nothing happens. Nothing ever happens. FEMX sucks, you said, Johnny Crypto. Jacks your money when you market, buy, sell. What do you mean? Johnny, hit me up on Discord. Message me on Discord, Johnny. I've never had any issue with FEMX. By the way, guys, FEMX, one of our exchange partners, worked with them for 5 years. If you have any issues with them, like Johnny, I guess is having an issue, hit me up on Discord, bro. More than happy to hear what you're talking about. More than happy to talk to, I know the CEO of FEMX. Like, something weird's happening. I'll get it handled, get it taken care of. So just hit me up. Let me know what's going on. I've never had any issue like that. And bits rocking today. What's that? I mean, if Nimoy's buying it, I might buy it. What's S-Car? What's good, man? Nobody know what nobody know. Childreness, I did see that you DM'd me. I did not read them today. Yeah, brother. Johnny Crypto, you and everyone. I put this out there a lot. I'm very selective with who I work with when it comes to exchanges because it's a big risk. They all have big risk. If you use my link, if you signed up under me, yeah, I'm happy to not only hear you out of what issue you might have, but DM me on Discord, only in our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. But DM me and let me know what's going on. And I obviously, I'll do whatever I can do for you. I'll bring it to their attention. If it's like, I don't know, if you're like, you lost a trade and you're mad, there's nothing I can have them do. But if something weird is happening or something shouldn't be happening is happening, let me know. And I'll get it, at least I'll get it escalated, right? It's a pretty big issue. A pretty big perk. You've been using FEMX for 3 years, no issues. Yeah, I've used them for like 5 or 6 and never had an issue. Where do you want me to post? You can literally DM me or literally DM me. Yeah, that'll be good. Just DM me, or if you really want, you can just like at me in any of the rooms. Doesn't matter. Same experience with me, David B. I offer this to you guys. If you sign up with any of the exchanges that I work with, and if you use my link, if any of you ever have issues, I'm here. I'll advocate for you. What's the word? If you have issues, it's a pretty big value. You've got a tissue. That's good. I need it. Can I have that tissue? I need a tissue. My portfolio is sad. Don't use market curb, and that does end up being the answer in almost every scenario. I mean, we don't know what happened, so we shouldn't just like simplify the issue. We don't know what happened with him, but I always preach market or limit orders. Market orders are not guaranteed. That they are what they are. We know. Hourly. Back to Bitcoin for a second. Weird looking RSI. Hourly coming back up. A little fake out twist here. What do we got? 90 minutes still climbing. Looking good. What's happening, Crank? How you doing, brother? Number one, Tom Crown. Hell yeah. Thank you, sir. Sent a friend request. Here, I'll accept it right now. I obviously can't help you right now, though. Let's see, friend pending. What, I guess. What is your, I can't see the usernames because I'm live. Tag me in the main chat, Johnny, just so I know who your account is. All right, what's up, Hendrik? Expensive? What's expensive? I'm gonna say some real estate losses. I heard that real estate actually posted its like biggest gain month over month or something for a few years last month. TX for life. All right. All right. What's up, casual mining? There you are. All right. There you are. I see him. I don't know who you sent a friend request to because I didn't get one from you. Oh no. Who did you send it to? I meant, oh my. Oh my. Here. Yes. Send an account to, send a friend request to this one. Render. All right, Margie. Margie, are you subscribed? Are you subscribed to the channel? If you're subscribed, I'll check out Render for you. Render. Bitcoin bottom mid? Bitcoin's a bottom. That's what she said. Wow. Wow, Render. I remember when we were streaming back in like March, February, I think of 24. I was yelling about like what coins actually gained against Bitcoin over time and throughout cycles, and the answer was like none. And Render was one that like at the time was climbing. I am not convinced that any altcoin can perform against Bitcoin over time. I don't know. I'm just not convinced. What's up, Crypto Jim? Can you? Is the market prepping for an inflation correction? I wouldn't doubt if that's why everything's going up. I've made that argument before. That we're just seeing inflation. Like the value gain is like minimal and we're seeing inflation. I have not looked at Render in quite some time, but it looks like Render is pretty happy with the last analysis we did, probably back at the beginning of the year. It was short at 250, long at, oh shit, long at 130. Wow, that aged well. Maybe I should have been watching Render because apparently it was good. Coming off the back of a big old loss there. That got wrecked in October. Let's see. Flagging. Lower highs. Lower lows. Very little volatility, very, very squeezed there. Above all its moving averages, it could be worse. We got a Render. Money flow in the week. Coming on up. Ooh, breaking its low. That's a decent signal. Momentum actually holding positive. Money flow here. Putting in a higher high, higher low, whatever you want to call it. Making progress back to the positive line. 250, man. Look at 250 again. 50-week moving average. Beautiful resistance up here. If you can retake 250, your 200 week sits at 350. Probably not a bad target either. This is decent. You did hold your low between 22. So we'll say like between the last bear market and potentially this bear market. There are worse charts. I don't see anything particularly attractive for me. This Bitcoin chart is hard to ignore. Does anything ever gain against Bitcoin over time? Just doesn't seem to. I wish I would have known that when I started. Quicker. You're going to roll back to the start and listen to the great overview that I always give. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Quicker. I love you, bud. Dude, you guys who tune in all the time, day over day, you're dope. You're the G's. 10 out of 10, the hindsight trade on what, on WTI and oil? Hindsight is perfect. Get over here. Here's my oil chart. Brent still looks bonkers. You ready to short something, CBK? Do it. Brent looks bonkers. US oil looks ugly. But look at Brent, dude. Look at this chart. 120, 120, 120. Tap, tap, tap. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Brent back to 120. Dude, if you hit 120 again, just like I feel like the odds of you pushing past hitting at least retesting all-time high is so strong. Like 135 is, I think, is all-time high. Honestly, if not higher. But this is the climb that I want to see. I think that all changes if Brent trades under 100 again. I think that I'll throw it away. It'll have faked us out just like gold and silver did. It's just like that. We'll do it like this. Tight stop. Say back to 120. I like Brent. Oscillators don't look that great on the day, though. I'm not going to let that dissuade me. It is Monday, and you are tuned in. Weekly Justin. Oil's so weird, bros. Do I trade on TradingView, or do I use it to analyze the chart? I don't trade on TradingView. I don't personally. You can, and many people do. I don't know why I don't. I've never set it up, and I don't really trust myself enough to like using API and kind of the technology behind it. I don't know. I don't trust myself enough. I feel like I'll mess it up and end up losing all my money, so a bunch of monies. Circle changing its mind last second here. Potentially clearing up room for people to get in, maybe not. Turning around at the VWAP. Potentially looking to reject again. I don't know, though. After a wick like this, and then a run to the VWAP, I feel like you're just warming up. Terrible place to turn around at, though, Circle. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Okay, I thought this was RSI, and I was like, I have never in my life seen RSI look like this. Now that's for some reason, it's like a correlation to SPX on there. Retest of the VWAP. Get a close above 130, and I think Circle goes to 150 and very, very quickly. If it turns around here and the intraday high remains, likely just looking for another higher low. I think you can say that long trade would be invalidated under 105. Probably 150 is the target. Got me on the API shit. Yeah, and it's like I can do it, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm a creature of habit, just like we all are. Like I have set up APIs and things for it, like for different places. I just feel more comfortable doing it by hand. I don't automate it, like really any of my trading. I've had grid bots and stuff run for months or years, but they're just like kind of playing with a little stack. Between BingX and FEMX, I think FEMX is better. Also, FEMX, at least if you use my link, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about the KYC. There you go. BingX, I mean, I have worked with BingX before, and I've used BingX, and I never had any complaints about them. I just can't. They're just harder to use now because you have to be KYC'd, and they enforce it. Let's see what else we got. I'm the most surprising chart to me today because like a lot of these rallies, it's like shit's like been rallying for all year, just like at all-time high, like SPX. MicroStrategy. This is the biggest surprise to me today, especially putting in another higher low. And then weirdly, compared or, put juxtaposed to Bitcoin. Bitcoin not moving while MicroStrategy putting in higher highs. It's kind of weird. It's unusual. Gotta go, Hendrix. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you being here. We need oil dropper. We're walking to work. Well, I work from home, so screw you guys. I'm getting here. No, I tweeted today that 1 gallon of gas equals 1 hour at minimum wage, which seems to just like be the inevitable future we're on right now. Guys, I have a life hack for you. I have a life hack for you. The life hack is, it doesn't matter what the cost of oil is. Guys, just go to the pump and just put a 20 down. I mean, you always get $20 worth of gas then. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I do wonder what happens, so a lot of the let's be real, job growth in the US has been trash. Last year, we just lost jobs. This year, we're probably have only lost jobs as well, especially with like AI and companies laying off and replacing with AI. So this is a trend that's just going to continue. You even go back before last year, and I actually don't know the job numbers off the top of my head, but any job growth we saw even in the years prior almost certainly was just gig part-time work, like Uber, like DoorDash, whatever, gig work. The economy just started orbiting around this like part-time gig work for the last, I don't know how many years, probably since COVID, since 2020, probably makes sense. Here we go. All of the job creation, I want to say, over the last like 5+ years has been pretty much tied to the price of gasoline. Like what happened? Like what happens to Uber? Uber drivers, gasoline keeps going up. Well, then I guess they're going to have to charge more for it. They have to charge more for Uber. They have to charge like the restaurants. Like it's all going to cascade. And if it doesn't cascade, basically the number one source of jobs is just like snapped out of existence, Thanos style. Like we are in a weird ass place right now, and it's not a good place, honestly. What's up, hey Rex? The economy is so great you have 3 jobs. Exactly. We are in prime delusionomics at the moment. I guess getting a motorcycle would be a good move. And I will say one thing I've noticed even in my town, and I bet you guys can relate in wherever you are in the world. I have seen just the rise now of electric scooters, electric bikes. In my travels, I had gone to cities that were fully electric scootered, many years ago even. We don't have them here in my town, but I'm seeing every day, I'm seeing more and more electric bikes or scooters. I think it's a good thing because we don't need to be driving around 2-ton vehicles to pick up, 40 pounds of groceries or something, 20 pounds of groceries. We don't need a 2-ton vehicle we don't need to pilot this giant craft to go down, down the street or 3-minute drive. It's a good thing. It's a natural response, obviously, to the price of gas. I think it'll continue. But it's interesting. It's interesting, man. We need a Fogel carburetor comeback. Yeah, I mean, motorcycles, that's what got me on it. What is the POG carb? I have no idea what you're talking about, Ace. Uber and UKL Prius? Still, though, you have to think. These, more miles per gallon or whatever, those aren't addressing the problem. The scooters and the bikes, those are more so directly addressing it. But if you're more efficient with oil or gas, it's yeah, it works, but then there's still that upward limit as it goes up that it ends up not mattering eventually. They're just insulated. They're more protected for longer. Tom, place the fractal from MSTR last cycle on this one. The fractal from MicroStrategy last cycle on this one. Last cycle, 21 on this one. Oh, I think I see what you're going for. So what you're going for is what I was going for when I made the call. This is one of my best calls on TradFi all year. I made it last year. It didn't happen until this year. Was the 100 to like 170 move, 70% bounce. But that was the bear scenario, that you get a 70% bounce and then you would retest 100 and that would become the neckline of this bigger structure. And I have a feeling that's what you're looking at here. Let me place this, because that's what I was looking for. God, sometimes these things get so cracked out. It's when you pull these patterns, you want to pull them so where you start clicking and stop clicking, you want the price to be far away from each other. You don't want it near each other, or else it becomes like really difficult to manipulate. Damn it, I did it again. It's sometimes hard to do. There we go. Yeah. Yep. We did call the exact top on MicroStrategy, by the way, on this channel. We've actually had a really solid history of calling tops on TradFi in general. Terrible. I'll be real, guys. I'll be honest. Terrible. I've been terrible at calling tops for like Bitcoin. Terrible. Pretty good at all set times, but Bitcoin terrible. But for TradFi, somehow, some way, man, like fire. 540.99 and it traded to 540.99, like a penny higher maybe. That's fire. Pulling the fractal. Yeah, so this is absolutely on my mind when I drew this and was looking for this play. Basically completing the left shoulder head, right shoulder break neckline, right? The bearish scenario. That's what's so interesting right now with strategy is it's still in this pattern and it still can play out this way. But it's, at least in my opinion, kind of unexpected that it's made it this far. This could all just end up, you know, playing like this with the high being at the descending trend. You know, it still looks exactly the same, but I didn't think that it would continue to push here. So it's showing more strength. It hasn't escaped its fate. You know, you really need to see, like I've been saying about Bitcoin and strategy, probably the same concept, to escape its fate of like just bottoming at the end of the year or whatever. We got to see a retracement near that previous high, back up. I think on strategy, that'd be like 323. For Bitcoin, it's about 100K. What's up, Nature Joe? Everyone gonna have to take the robo-taxi? I hope so, man. I do not ever wish to pilot a car ever again if I didn't have to. I want a robot to pilot my car. I don't want Tesla right now to pilot my car for me. But a incredibly extensively tested AI with the correct whatever LiDAR, camera, lasers, whatever they use, combination, that it can be virtually a perfect driver. I would rather that. I would rather a robot. I'd rather a robot drive, because I've been saying here on this channel long before LLMs became popular and AI was the center that humans are the biggest liability in driving. We are not good drivers. We are terrible drivers. Just look outside. Just drive down the street. I'm sure you'll notice what I mean. We are absolutely the weak point. You love driving? That's okay. You can love driving. I loved driving when I was like, when I got my license at 16. And I'd say I probably loved driving into my mid-20s. And then I was like, I hate driving. Also, though, when we started driving back in our day, gas was $1 a gallon. And there were just way less cars on the road. There was a lot more room for everyone. There's more room on the road, more room on the highway, more room in parking. There was more room. There was just less cars. And now there's so many goddamn cars. That's what makes it crappier. The more people on the road piloting these giant things, the more dangerous it is. Yeah, I hate it. Oil is the scammiest market ever. I agree on this. And oil and the dollar, which are likely almost the exact same market, right? The Dixie and oil. Scams. The carburetor gets its peak MPG made a long time ago. That crashed oil. What is, well, Ace of Hearts. You know, I don't know. I don't know anything about this, so I can't comment. What is the technology here? What does it do that makes it so efficient? What is it? Oh crap, there's people over on TikTok chatting. I haven't been refreshing. My bad. Mechanical device that mixes air and gasoline for internal combustion engines. Isn't that what every combustion engine does? Primarily used in older vehicles, classic cars, motorcycles, and small engines, atomizes fuel into the air stream using Bernoulli's principle, a vacuum created by air passing through a narrow Venturi restriction. While largely replaced by fuel injection for efficiency, they remain popular for performance upgrades and simple maintenance. Google seems to think that this is a thing that exists in gasoline internal combustion engines. I don't know. Think about getting a hybrid. I would love to get an electric car. I guess again, like I don't want to buy a car until it drives itself. F-150 should be banned or taxed. I mean, I think they're getting taxed right now. Anything that has bad fuel efficiency is getting hecka taxed. What state am I from? I'm from the Northeast. Try not to dox myself. Maybe you can tell by the way I speak. Maybe not. Your town is making a lot of limit electric bikes and scooters. They say it's to save the children. Nimoy, isn't it crazy how everything is to save the children now? Like, they want to enforce, like, basically KYC age verification. The government hopefully it got voted down, but was going to, like, enforce Windows to do something like that to save the children. Bro, ain't gonna save a single children. Know who can save the children? Adult parents. Their parents. Don't let your kid on the computer then. Like, have some kind of... 0 children will be saved by these things. And like, yeah, okay, you don't have scooters and bikes. Will some children be saved? Sure. Like, but it's just like stupid. You might as well say in the same concept, okay, let's just ban driving, because then, we'll save hundreds of thousands of children a year or something. It's just like dumb. Like, obviously more than 0 will, be saved by banning those things. But it by no means is like honestly or genuinely addressing or even for child safety. Like, it's not the reason. It's so silly. For the Children is going to go down, I feel like, in history for this era as like the #1 driver of like removing our rights from us. It's like, it's for the children. You know what would be for the children? People pushing these things out there. Look me in the eye. You know what would be for the children? Go arrest the people in the Epstein files. You have 1 million files. You have a bajillion data of all these people and all these names, and you haven't arrested any of them. Maybe go after those people. That'd be a really great way to help the children. Seems really easy. If I'm president, can you be vice president? Sure. Let's do it. Let's do it 2 wheels. Vote for me, and data centers will see no subsidies. They'll pay extra taxes. Mechanical, not electric, like fuel injection. Well, the really quick article I saw said that fuel injection was like the next advent of it. I don't know. Your next guess to day reversals, actually 13th or 21st. 13th or 21st. 13th is Wednesday. 21st is Thursday. Had a manual. I miss my manual. Maybe that. Actually, I'll be real. You just kind of reminded me. I started to not like driving once I started driving an automatic. I learned to drive on an Acura Integra manual. I love to drive, and then I think when I got rid of that car, I stopped enjoying it. Shall we get off your lawn? Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn, kids. You're an old twat. Whatever, man. It's okay to enjoy it. I'm just talking about me. Steam-powered car? Let's go. Have you looked at silver? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't go super in-depth with it, but yeah, we did. We started with silver a little. Silver having a move. It's broken whatever downtrend, whatever trend line you want to draw here. Silver has broken it. Doesn't really matter. You can put it here. It's broken it. You can put it obviously to the all-time to the all-time high. It's broken it. No matter what trend line, no matter what descending trend line you look at, silver's broken it. Which is surprising, at least to me. I think silver's kind of upside immediate targets are going to be like 88. I already traded like 85 today. Basically retest March's high. You haven't made meaningful progress until you've retaken like 93. This is where I got bearish, pretty much. I mean, I was bearish before, but this is where I got more bearish when silver failed to break meaningfully back to its highs. It started looking more and more like a blow off top. I do like this, as I said earlier. Got a nice little like 1, 2, 3 bottom, higher low, high. You broke your high, so you have a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high. You have an uptrend. That's good. Gold has a similar setup, but gold actually hasn't broken out yet, which is interesting. Gold with almost the exact same setup. Maybe this is going to be a trade. Low, lower low, higher low. Silver has done this. It's broken past the equivalent here. Maybe if we see silver move up to 88, maybe if we see it move maybe back even a little higher, maybe we'll see gold return to about like 51, something like that, looking fair. The gold-silver ratio is somehow dumping. I didn't expect this. Definitely was taken off guard by this. Gold-silver, instead of moving back to 75 or even potentially higher, has begun selling. Breaking market structure from March, hitting a lower low, maybe looking for a revaluation about, what, 13% higher for silver versus gold. If that continues, you obviously are going to look for this bottom trend that is tested back in Feb. If you break that, I don't even know what happens. All hell breaks loose. What's up, hot sauce? See a lot of degenerates doing 300x. Do you think it's better to put your stop line in place trying to do moderate leverage? 300x is a silly concept. Period. It obviously depends what you're trading. If you're trading something that's extremely low volatility, like, I don't know, you're trading stablecoin, you're trading Tether, right? I don't know. You're trading something that doesn't move, Sndk, whatever Sailor's doing that like doesn't have any volatility. That's different, but still probably dumb. If you're trading, I don't know, random stocks or crypto on 300x, stupid. The real reason though isn't probably what you think. The real reason is that if you put a 300x position, let's say long, like what? Where's your liquidation, right? So 1% would be 100x. It's kind of a bigger move than I thought it would look like. 1% would be 100x. So 300x would be 0.3%, right? This is what you're looking at for a liquidation. That is a $300 move only because Bitcoin is at 81,600. But basically what you're going to do, okay, so say you have a 300x position. If you market order a 300x position, you're probably going to see the order book flip-flop around you. You're going to end up getting filled weirdly. You're going to end up getting filled higher, lower, depending on the position. But what really will happen, and you'll see, is especially on a smaller exchange, on anything, if you're doing this on an altcoin that you're probably not going to have liquidity, you're just going to see this happen. Like, you will just watch the price move back or up, depending, whatever the other direction is. You will get stopped out or liquidated, not even stopped out. You'll get liquidated almost every time. Like, you just get hunted on those exchanges. So is it better to use lower leverage? I would say yes. Cross with higher leverage, even crazier, but yeah, I mean, pretty much. If you had like a limit order on 300x set somewhere, you'd probably be better off. I still wouldn't do it, but like a limit order, like I think could be more successful. But market ordering at 300x, you're gonna see market makers take you out right away, pretty much. Fate fell short this time. Smiles fade in the summer rays. I cannot sing. I want to learn to sing. Wouldn't that be a really cool talent? I have a good voice for narrating, but not for singing. Thank you for putting that in my head, Brandon. What a great song. Soul Breakout. Oh, yeah. Not bad. I should probably not use this chart. This is Sol USD on Binance. That's funny. Somebody literally earlier was saying, should I short Sol? And I was like, yeah, wouldn't do it yet. A little bit of a breakout. Let's see where you're at. 100, just a nice clean number. Maybe 105. I think I said 125 is probably where I would look. Probably be a little more patient. To heat the fuel, and it gets is basically just fumes instead of injecting liquid fuel. Much less efficient. All right, Ace. What's up, Autopilot? See you, brother. Am I bearish? I don't know. I mean, you know, like in what capacity, right? It's good to see you, Autopilot. Am I bearish? I don't know. Am I ever truly bearish? I mean, yeah, I certainly actually am bearish on things all the time. Bitcoin rarer. I'm less bearish. I'm just I hate this, but I'm just realistic. You know, I am just being my scientific, intellectual self. I am bullish on Bitcoin as I've ever been. I believe in Bitcoin as intensely as I ever have. But I've also been watching Bitcoin's price every single day, pretty much all day, for like a decade. And in that decade, it's behaved pretty consistently. That consistently pretty much being that we would expect our low to be in Q4 this year, October this year, the end of the year. That we are off the all-time high, I don't know, 220 days. 220 days, like, until something happens, and I've talked about this a bunch. For Bitcoin, I don't know, trading to 100K could be something. Maybe I could even argue just taking the 200-day moving average right here. Just closing above 82,000. Well, say closing at 83, 84,000. That could be something. When something diverges from the mold of price action that we have in the past, then I can say, well, back to just being blindly bullish forever, only up. But while we are below the 200-day, while we're here sitting in May, coming off the all-time high at Q4 at the end of last year, just like every other 4-year cycle, it doesn't make sense to just not expect it, right? I welcome and am open to the possibility that something new will happen. And in fact, I will argue that something new will happen eventually. We know, even if the 4-year cycle as we know it does play out exactly in this cycle, even if it does, it will eventually break. It eventually will not happen. It's just a bad bet to bet on that over and over and over again, I think, without seeing something that's, you know, diverging from the cycle. I have all my spot Bitcoin. I still have a short open from 93.5. I still have a long open from 67 something. 66, I don't remember. I'm open to any possibility. But what do I think long term? I think Bitcoin's going up to the right, baby. Wit oil. What's the difference with wit oil versus US oil versus Brent? What is wit? Is it just futures? Oh, look at that. I didn't know this. I guess I should watch wit too. On the last day of April, wit traded higher. Wit's all-time high, it's about the same price, 128 versus 135. That higher high. This is oil is, screw you, oil. Oil is so fucking, did you do US oil, right? This chart, I think, looks like kind of bearish, US oil. At least more bearish than Brent. They're all oil. They're all realistically going to make the same, like, macro move. Wit is the most bullish. Wit broke its high at the end of April, and now it's painting a higher low, probably looking to retarget that high and, you know, all-time high, 130, whatever. US oil, hit its high in March. It has not tested it since then. It broke a bunch of lows in April and now has been painting higher lows, lower highs. Brent has hit its high in March and tested it 4 times now on the day and is looking for a higher low. Like Brent, it goes like WIT looks the most bullish, then Brent, then US oil. But they're all like different charts. Like the structure is different. It's very weird. Very weird. I didn't see this though. I'm going to put an alert. I wonder if futures are just going to sing first, right? It could be a sign that we're looking for oil to do it. Ban the sun. It will save children. That's true. Children die every year of the sun. Let's ban the sun. Can look at equity AAIO. What's that, man? At the equity. Oh, you mean like just like the stock? AAOI. AAOI. Sure, I'll pull it up. Can we check VVVV? The VVVVs vibe all day. Sure, bro. AAOI. While I pull these up, hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, it's mandatory. Hit the like button right now. Stop being a little bean. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We're here trading live, charting live daily for years and years and years. So subscribe, join the Discord, discord.gg/Tom Crown. 2 different types of oil. Are they, Memo? Well, no, they're... I mean, I am not an expert. My knowledge, to my understanding, WTI is the futures of oil, is oil futures, not spot. And then US oil is US oil, I guess, produced by the US or in the US market for oil. And then Brent is not US, is like outside of US. So like they're all oil. I don't know. Memory stocks are bonkers, yes. Hot sauce connoisseur, my guy. He said, "What the thing you said about taking profits is so true." That was a bit ago, but good callback. You always think, why should you sell? It goes up. It's going to go up more. Why would I sell? I'm going to miss out. And then you sell and you see it does go up more. And you have the pain of losing, even though you're winning. It's a mind fuck. It's a very intense mind freak. Selling is the hardest part of trading. Selling the winners is the hardest part of trading, but I'd say the most important. That is why I always do the same thing. When I get a runner, there's a little arbitrariness to it, but when I get a runner, let's say I was in this, I don't know, say I bought this here at 40, it's like 178. Typically what I do is I'll just say, where is like the most recent or the most obvious resistance or something. And so on this would be the all-time high 103. So I would just immediately have set a sell order there. If I had 100 units of this, whatever that is, maybe I'll sell 5 of them here. Maybe I'll sell 10, right? So I still have most of my position, but I'll have taken something off the table. Then I will usually either just do it like, 100, 110, 120, just like incrementally up, or maybe I'll use like my fib tool. I'll look at the extensions and I'll just set limit orders there. I like incrementally on the way up, like selling 1% at 110, 1% at 120. And the goal is to just keep shaving it off, but the goal is also to just not totally be out of the position. You just de-risk the position. You get your principal out, and once that happens, you don't care where it goes. The only weakness of this strategy is that you do end up selling some early. Luckily, it's usually not a lot. You sell some earlier. You watch price go up, and that gets people. Because they start thinking, oh, well, if I hadn't sold, then I would have made this, and I blah, blah. Like, I'm losing this money. You're not losing. You got to shut that little thing on your shoulder up. And the thing that people will do is they will then go, and as it's like really moving, like they'll end up buying it back because they're thinking, I lost so much money having sold it. That's why we don't want to get out of the position all the way. That's why I like to just shave it off. The only way you can mess it up if you were in this position is if you ended up buying it back higher. So don't put yourself in the position to be out and be tempted to buy it back higher. And don't be in the position of, oh, I'm watching it go up and I'll just keep watching it and, I'll just sell it when it's up. If you don't have a number, if you haven't decided a number, you are not going to catch it. I promise you. I promise you. You will not catch it. You will not you won't notice it on the way up. You won't in real time do it. Like, you won't. I'm telling you. It just doesn't happen. You'll just watch it go up. You'll think it's going up more. It'll retrace. You'll think it's just by the dip. It'll go back up. You'll hold it. You'll watch it fail. You'll watch it move down lower. And then eventually you'll get into a sunk cost of like, well, now it's down. And so I'll just wait. I've round tripped it a million times. Anyway, small pieces, not all in, not all out. You're like wading, you know, like wading in a river or something. You're just going with the flow, little pieces in, little pieces out. It's all about keeping right here happy, because the minute you upset that mentality, the minute you like tilt your sense of like the way you feel about it, you're cooked. Anyway, AAIO, AAOI. The urge to sell does go away eventually. And it eventually just gets so used, like complacent about it going up. Anyway, AOI, all-time high, cool. 178, broke its all-time high, 70-ish% up since then, wild. Wow. Quite a chart. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at, but quite a chart. Applied optoelectronics. Does seem like anything electronics, computer-y oriented, technology oriented, is it's blasting. Don't have a lot to pull from here. Okay. There's your move 187 right here. You're about close to there, like 185 recently. I'd probably be looking up here. 500 to 600 area. 1500 area. I'm not saying these things have to come, but I'm saying if I was in a position and I had this at the time, I would shave off there. Would I go long right now? No. I would potentially look here at 100. Has kind of been tested, but I'd rather enter all the way down here than buy it right here at the all-time high just to watch it drop 70%. You have a little open gap way down here, like 60. Could be juicy if it comes. It's always hard when things are moving like this. Yeah, big upside targets. It's made big moves, but there's a lot of downside. This is a high risk, high reward potentially. I don't have too much to say about this one right now. See the reaction to 200. I would be looking down here at the 100 area, and then if I wasn't in on this, I'd probably just be watching by the sideline. If I was in on it, congrats to any of you that are. Make your plan. Set your targets. Lock something in, right? Don't ride this down. Lock it in on the way up. Don't write it down. I put it in your head first, Brandon. Damn it. So we're just like feeding off each other. It's like getting it in each other's head. Shit. Long hold, says Thompson. Get it, bro. Get it. Get it. Maybe you're looking more up here, right? I look at a million charts a day. It's hard for me to keep them all into my head. Tap that like. Thank you, Sin. Appreciate you. Thus peachin'. More likely to catch these hands than to catch the top. I love that. I'm stealing that. Friend sold Bitcoin at $3 and then looked at it in 2020. God, I hope he's all right. Brent is City of London paper trade. Oh, okay. You guys teach me stuff every day. It's 1:30. Been live in almost 2 hours. All right, boys. It's been a day, actually, for Monday. It's been not a bad day. Had a good amount of people here today. Appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you've hit the like, you've subscribed, you've joined the Discord, signed up with our partners, BYD5, Femex, anything else. Help support the channel. We're going to be live Wednesday, although Bitcoin does look kind of spicy here. Certainly, it will not move while we're live, but this could shape up. This could shape up. We are directly below the 200-day moving average. That is critical. Critical. Not to be ignored. What am I doing? Time frame.
That's not correct style. That's fine.
200. Yep. We're directly below the 200-day moving average, just right here, 82.77. It looks like we're flagging even directly below that resistance. Bitcoin breaking up, taking the 200-day moving average and holding it could be the beginning of the bear market argument weakening. This looks strong right here. Already looking like a higher low on low time frames. That's a decent argument, especially if you can get a close high like 84, maybe you like retrace back and then move up, find support there. Like all of a sudden this time is different. All of a sudden it looks different. Rejecting from the 200-day would put us square where we would expect to be in a bear market. Looking for lower lows, looking for end of the cycle in October. But we are razor thin margin here. Razor thin. This could happen at any time. So keep your notifications on. Make sure you're subscribed, like I said, because we may be just going live emergency style. You never know. I appreciate you all tuning in. I'll catch you very soon.